Hi, I'm John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures, where I'll be talking and reviewing action figures from different manufacturers. Today we're going to be having a look at another G.I. Joe Classified figures. This is of course RAPTOR and his bird General Ledger, who's a falcon. Of course, this is the standard new boxes that Hasbro has done for the Classified figures. Of course, this figure is number 139 in the G.I. Joe line. So of course I have the one I took out of the box and the one I have mint in box, who's over here for the review. So of course we have the standard packaging that we have with every of these G.I. Joe classifieds, with the same information and a crappy code bar, QR code that brings you nowhere. So this is the figure. Let's dive into the history of this figure. What are my thoughts, and do I think this is a collectible item? So of course, let's start by the history. So here is my Falcon from 1987. Of course, this is the original one from my mint in box collection. As you can see, the figure is pretty special. Let me try to remove one of the lights because there's a bit too much light for it to shine. So we're going to remove it so we can have a better look at how it looked at the time. As you can see, the suit was pretty ridiculous. I think this figure is very ridiculous as a figure, and of course was not the best figure from the 1987 line. There was figures who were way superior. We had Tunnelwatt, Outback, and funnily in the comic books, Raptor was introduced at the same time as Tunnelwatt and of course Outback. I think it was issue number 59 if I'm mistaken. You can tell me about it. Something who's very funny is that we know that the guy is called Chip Talon, who was not the name that he had on the file card because it was unknown. I would like really Hasbro to really want to come out and show us those new file cards or give us a bit more information regarding the figures that you're making, because this is something who is cruelly missing. Now, of course, like I said, this figure was ridiculous that it came out. Now, let's see if Hasbro managed to make it a lot better than the one that came out in 1987. So let's dive into what we get in the box. Of course, we get the figure, we get his General Ledger, we get, of course, his headpiece, we get two of his claws. Now, these claws are the ones who were already given with nunchuck, if I'm not mistaken. We have a pistol I have already seen and a small knife. And of course, we get this massive new upgrade wings. As you can see, he has modernized himself. Anybody who remembers, this guy looked like Condorman with some kind of straps. I know that doesn't make me any younger, and that makes you think that you should need to go and check your pension, because if you understand that reference, you're pretty old. I know the joke is not for me, but I do find it extremely funny that this figure does look like Condorman, and this one doesn't look at all like it, and has more of a vibe of what you will be getting with Falcon from the Marvel movies, or even from the Spider-Man movies. The character who was played by Michael Keaton, who is, can't remember what his name is, but also had a very similar gear. As you can see, there's a lot of possibilities. So I must say, Hasbro, mission accomplished for me. This figure is way better than the original one. Afterwards, let's be honest, it was not too hard. Now, if we have a closer look at the figure itself, we will be seeing that the figure also has a lot of updates. I'm going to put a bit more light so we'll be able to see. Of course, he comes with a little necklace. He comes with a little coat, some tattoos on him, who kind of give me a bit of a vibe of a Native American. He has some pouches, some feathers on his boots. The belt buckle is a bit the same, a bit larger. And overall, the fact that you can remove this makes it a bit more interesting, because if you add this, I know it still makes him a bit even ridiculous with it in this kind of way. So of course, you're going to gear him up. Of course, the pistol goes over here, fits in nicely. Over here we have the emplacement for the knife. As you can see, pretty simple figure, but works pretty well, if we can say it in this way. I mean, this is these deluxe boxes, or a bit more bigger boxes, who are $34.99 or 42 euros. If you buy them in Europe, 42.99. So as you can see, figures are geared up. He does have some very interesting posing. Something that I really liked with this figure, that was something that was not been issued with, what's his name? Our friend Spirit, is the possibility to move these gauntlets around so you can really fix the bird properly on him, and he doesn't give the impression that he's hanging backwards as much, so you can really spin the glove for it to hold in the perfect way. So yeah, figure is kind of interesting. And of course I was going to forget, because let's talk about these. So on the picture over here you can see that they fit perfectly. I've been trying to put this on this figure here, and personally yeah, not much of a success. It was pretty harsh to put it in, and I don't have the impression that you can go all the way back as much as they did over there. Oh, yeah, it's working. Yeah, as you can see, you can put it in, but you see they have a tendency of coming in and not holding out straight like this. So I'm sure you could push it up, heat it, or do something like this. But yeah, I will not take the risk. I think this could be a bit of a problem about breaking, so I will not take the risk. So, what are my final thoughts about this figure, and do I think this figure is a collectible value? Let's talk collectible value. Now, I think this figure does have a certain interest if you were a fan of this figure. Otherwise, if you were not a fan, I would wait for it to go in clearance. I'm guessing, due to the fact that this was a general release, it would have, it's going to go in clearance sooner or later. Something that also is very interesting, when you have this kind of wingspan, even if you fold it up, there's high chances that they will have to figure out something for the version that they're going to do whenever they do it in the retro line. I don't think he's going to look like this, so I will not put up my hopes to get this guy in retro line. So if you're hoping to get this one in retro line, I will not count my eggs on this, because I don't think this figure will be coming out anytime soon in a retro card, or they will have to rethink the ring system, because there's no way that this would fit on a retro card. So now let's dive on my final thoughts. As I said, the figure does work pretty well. I find that the new updates that they made on the figure looks well. The figure still is a bit ridiculous. There's some nice corrections that Hasbro did to make this more interesting figure. So yeah, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. I do have an issue that the fact that these don't fit in properly nicely like they should, or you may take a risk of breaking them. Also, the fact that these cannot clip anywhere on the belt seems a bit of a missed opportunity. It would have been nice to have something to click it in. So this is why I'm giving this figure an 8 out of 10. So that's going to be it for my review of RAPTOR. If you like the video, please leave a like, share, comment in the section. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. Subscribe to the channel. That helps out a lot. If you agree or disagree with me, also put it in the comment section. I'll be going taking some pictures out. Lately it's been a bit cold, so I haven't had time, and I also have a baby girl at home, so this makes it a bit harder for me to go and take out the pictures whenever I want. So I will be posting some pictures when the warmer weather comes, so you can go and check that on my Instagram page, Facebook page, or on my X account. So all of this is in the descriptions. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!